Hey everybody, and welcome back to another book review. So this book I have been trying to read for over a year. I actually decided in 2020 that I was going to read books that were written in the 19th century, just before the 19th century, because one of the many jobs that I work happens to deal with the 19th century. And so I was like, I should know what some of the literature is and what's going on literary wise. So I read a bunch of books in 2020 that were from the 19th century, and of course one of the big authors of the 19th century is Jane Austen. So I read Pride and Prejudice years ago, and I read Emma, and I read a bunch of other stuff, Bronte and all that, which I'm slowly learning that the 19th century is not my favorite in terms of literary works. It's so bad. Why is it so bad? So anyway, this one is Mansfield Park. I finally finished it because it's my month for the book club that I'm in to lead a book. And so I gave them 3 options of books that I've either already read or wanted to read or was trying to get through. And they all picked Mansfield Park. So here we are. I still think Emma's the worst out of all of them, but Mansfield is a close second. Oh my goodness. Why do we have chapters of monologues and so much dialogue, and halfway through the chapter I forget who's talking to who at that point? It's just so much. And I'm not a big fan of audiobooks. I feel like a lot of people that produce audiobooks and read audiobooks or do the readings for the audiobooks just kind of stink. I don't like the way that they read, or they're just boring when they read. And I'm not perfect when I read out loud to my classes and stuff either. So, I get it. After so long, it does kind of get hard. But I found an audiobook for Mansfield Park, and the lady that's reading it, I feel like she does a really good job of distinguishing between characters, but sometimes they all just kind of sound muddled, especially when you get into those long dialogue-y pieces. And so I audiobooked this one because it was just a struggle for me to read it. And that didn't help. It's awful. It's awful. And I want to love Jane Austen so much because I really actually loved Pride and Prejudice. Don't get me wrong. I got the point of what Emma was doing, but it was not my favorite. Not a fan, right? Mansfield Park, even less so. I want to love Jane Austen so much, and I just can't. She stinks. She's definitely better than whoever wrote Jane Eyre. Admittedly, definitely better than that because I can at least read it. Jane Eyre, I didn't make it. Wuthering Heights didn't make it. It's just, I just want there to be a lot less dialogue and a lot less we're going all the way around the big tree before we get to the point. I'm not a fan of that. So there you have it. That's my overall review. I have seen the movie Mansfield Park from 2008 or something. Wasn't my favorite movie. That not that the material was poorly executed or anything like that. I just didn't get what the heck was going on. But I now understand why, because I don't understand what's going on in the book either. So yeah, there you have it. My first audiobook that I've listened to the vast majority of it. I had already read most of it, and then when I have some actual time to sit down and read, I would read a chapter or two, and then I would have to switch back to the audiobook because it was just easier, and then I just play the audiobook while I was reading. So there's that. Rating it a 1 at just couldn't. And I still have 2 more Jane Austen books that are on my list. Exciting. And I'm going to read them because I'm me. But I will probably audiobook those as well. So 1 out of 5 for Mansfield Park. Sorry, Austen fans. Anyway, per usual, please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you have more books that you would like to add to my list, please shoot them my way. I've gotten some great suggestions off the last couple videos, so I really appreciate those. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!